These air defenses surprised the Israeli military and also US Air Force F-35s almost faced off with enemy air defenses. A surface-to-air missile SAM, also known as a ground-to-air missile or surface-to-air guided weapon, is a missile designed to be launched from the ground to destroy aircraft or other missiles. It is one type of anti-aircraft system. In modern armed forces, missiles have replaced most other forms of dedicated anti-aircraft weapons. With anti-aircraft guns pushed into specialized roles. SAM systems generally fall into two broad groups based on their guidance systems, those using radar and those using some other means. Longer-range missiles generally use radar for early detection and guidance. Early SAM systems generally used tracking radars and fed guidance information to the missile using radio control concepts referred to in the field as command guidance. The Russian military says Syrian air defense units managed to intercept and bring down most of the missiles launched by Israeli military aircraft at various targets in the Arab country's central province of Homs, destroying 10 out of the 12 projectiles. On November 24, 6 F-16 tactical fighter jets of the Israeli Air Force fired 12 guided missiles from the Lebanese airspace at targets in Syria's Homs province, Rear Admiral Vadim Kilit, deputy head of Russia's Reconciliation Center for Syria, told reporters. He noted that Russian-made Buk-2E and Panzer-Est surface-to-air missile systems, which are in service with the Syrian armed forces, could destroy 10 missiles at the time. As a result of the Israeli airstrike, minor material damage was caused, and one Syrian serviceman was also wounded, Hillet said. Syria's official news agency, citing a military source, reported that Israeli aircraft fired several missiles from the direction of northeastern Beirut at some targets in Homs at about 01:26 am local time on Wednesday 23:26 GMT. Tuesday. But Syrian air defenses intercepted and destroyed most of the projectiles. The source added that 2 civilians lost their lives in the latest aggression by the occupying Israeli regime, while a civilian sustained serious injuries and 6 government soldiers were also wounded. The airstrike resulted in some material losses as well. US Air Force F-35s almost faced off with enemy air defenses. The F-35s detected the SAM launcher via their electronic warfare gear. 2 US Air Force F-35 stealth fighter had a close encounter with a mobile air defense system during combat operations over the Middle East. The encounter underscores the stealth fighter's potential as a platform for suppressing enemy air defenses, a service official said. A dozen F-35s from the 300. The encounter underscores the stealth fighter's potential as a platform for suppressing enemy air defenses, a service official said. A dozen F-35s from the 388th and 419. The encounter underscores the stealth fighter's potential as a platform for suppressing enemy air defenses, a service official said. A dozen F-35s from the 388th and 419th Fighter Wings in April 2019 traveled from their home station at Hill Air Force Base in Utah to Al Dhafra Air Base in the United Arab Emirates to participate in coalition air operations targeting Islamic State militants in the Middle East. Gen. David Abba, director of the Air Force's F-35 Integration Office in early March 2020, told attendees of an industry conference that the 12 F-35s during their 7-month deployment flew 1,300 combat missions, totaling 7,300 hours and dropped 150 weapons. The numbers were pretty remarkable, Abba said. According to Aviation Week reporter Steve Trimble. Abba described one sort of where a pair of F-35s detected, apparently via their ASP-239 electronic warfare suites. A mobile air defense system, UDIR.CAN pick up on the radar and radio emissions from enemy forces, allowing a crew passively to locate the enemy without activating its own radar. Abba didn't identify the type of air defense vehicle or its operator, but it's worth noting that Syrian forces have deployed the latest Russian-made Panzer surface-to-air missile launchers. Turkish warplanes have made quick work of many of the Panzers as part of Turkey's ongoing air campaign targeting the Russian and Iranian-backed Syrian regime. Videos that have circulated online depict Turkish drones firing precision-guided missiles to destroy idling Panzers. The F-35s detected the SAM launcher via their electronic warfare gear. then zeroed in using the mapping function on their APG-81 radars. The resulting coordinates were precise enough to guide a missile or bomb, but the F-35 simply avoided the air defense vehicle rather than destroy it. Still, the mission points to the F-35's potential in the suppression or destruction of enemy air defenses. Roller scattered, Abba said. Make no bones about it. This aircraft is the preeminent scattered platform, Abba said, and that's what we need to optimize it for. As recently as 2016, the Air Force described the F-35's seated capability as limited. Trimble noted that assessment clearly has changed as the F-35 and its crews have improved. Seat-dead missions are among the most dangerous in aerial warfare, as they require a crew deliberately to engage enemy air defense systems. For that reason, leading air forces tend to assign seat-dead missions to specialized aircraft with highly trained crews. The U.S. Navy's EA-18 arguably is the world's best-setted system. It combines the airframe of a Super Hornet strike fighter with sophisticated EW gear and electronic jammers that can disrupt enemy radars and communications. The EA-18G also can carry radar-homing missiles, allowing it to destroy, rather than merely suppress air defense systems. The F-35 lacks both active jammers and a compatible radar-homing missile. Granted, the Air Force in coming years plans to integrate with the F-35 two different types of radar-homing missile. But for the near future, the F-35 as a seated platform would rely on its passive sensors, radar and standard precision-guided bombs. It's not unreasonable to assign said to a non-specialist platform. The Air Force, on occasion, has described the F-22 as an cadet platform, even though it too lacks jammers and radar-homing weapons. An F-22, with its sensitive U-gear high-speed and GPS-guided bombs could detect and attack enemy SAM systems more safely than, say, a non-stealthy F-15 could do. And the F-35 and the defense suppression role certainly is better than nothing. The Navy's roughly 100 EA-18Gs in a major war could struggle to meet the demand for scatted. The Air Force last operated its own SCAD platform, the unarmed F-111. In the late 1990s, F-35s could back up the EA-18Gs, helping to suppress air defenses so that non-stealthy warplanes such as F, divided by a safely, can attack you.